My entitled roommate kept stealing my food and denied it, so I gave her a spicy surprise she'll never forget. I, 22F, share an apartment with my roommate Sarah, 24F. We've been living together for about 8 months, and while she seemed normal at first, things started getting weird about 3 months in. I work night shifts at a hospital, so I meal prep on Sundays, making enough food for the whole week. I label everything clearly with my name and the date. Sarah works a regular 9 to 5 office job. At first, small things would go missing. A yogurt here, some leftovers there. I brought it up casually, thinking maybe she grabbed something by mistake. She acted shocked and said she would never touch my food without asking. She even went on this whole rant about how she was raised with proper manners and how offensive it was that I'd even suggest it. But the food kept disappearing. Entire containers of my chicken and rice, my expensive protein bars, even my special lactose-free ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant, and that stuff is not cheap. Every time I'd confront her, she'd get defensive and turn it around on me, saying I must have eaten it and forgotten because of my exhausting night shifts messing with my memory. I installed a mini camera in the kitchen, legal in common areas in my state. Sure enough, I caught her red-handed, literally eating my food straight from the containers at 2 a.m. when she thought I was at work. She wasn't even trying to hide it, just standing there with the fridge door open, using my fork. Here's where it gets interesting. Sarah has this whole thing about how she's so good with spicy food, always bragging about her iron stomach and how American food is too bland for her sophisticated palate. She actually made fun of me once for putting mild salsa on my tacos. So I hatched a plan. I made my usual meal prep, but for one special container, I made Thai-inspired chicken with ghost pepper sauce. Not just a little, I used extract that's about 2 million Scoville units. I labeled it clearly as mine and even wrote new recipe, extra spicy on it. Then I left for my shift. The next morning, I came home to chaos. Sarah was in the bathroom and had been there for hours, according to our other roommate who crashed on our couch sometimes. There were milk cartons everywhere, ice cream containers left out, and she'd even desperately eaten straight butter. I found the teeth marks. When she finally emerged, her face was blotchy, eyes swollen from crying, and she could barely talk. She tried to croak out that I had poisoned her, but I calmly pointed out that she must be mistaken since that was my food that I made for myself, and she had told me repeatedly that she would never take my food. She stuttered and stammered, finally admitting she just wanted to try a bite, but then started yelling that it was basically assault to make food that spicy. I pulled up the kitchen camera footage on my phone and asked if she wanted me to send it to our landlord, along with documentation of all the food she'd stolen over the months. I'd kept receipts. She went pale, well, paler than she already was, and stormed off to her room. She moved out 2 weeks later, telling everyone I was psycho and tried to kill her. But our mutual friends knew about her food stealing habits because she'd done it to them too. Update 3 days later. So Sarah is gone, but the drama isn't over. She actually left a bunch of her stuff behind and texted me saying I needed to ship it to her new place. I boxed it up and told her she could pay for shipping or pick it up herself. She chose to pick it up. When she came by, she brought her mom. I'm not kidding. This 24-year-old woman brought her mother to confront me about bullying her. The mom started lecturing me about respecting others and being a good roommate. I let her finish her whole speech, then showed her the kitchen footage compilation I'd made, 3 months worth of her daughter stealing my food at all hours. The mom's face was priceless. She turned to Sarah and said something like, "You told me she was making things up." They left pretty quickly after that, with the mom scolding Sarah the whole way to the car. Sarah blocked me on everything, but I heard from mutual friends that her mom made her pay me back for all the food. I got a Venmo payment for $400 with a note that just said sorry. I used it to buy a really nice meal prep container set and a new mini fridge for my room, just in case my next roommate has sticky fingers too.